The shark notices you long before you notice it. Far below the surface, where sunlight fades into deep blue, a great white glides silently through the water. Every movement is controlled. Every turn is deliberate. Then it changes direction toward you. Your heart races. Your breathing becomes shallow. Every movie you've ever seen tells you what happens next. The ocean's most feared predator has found you. But then it slows. It circles once, looks at you, and disappears into the blue. Most people would call that luck. Marine scientists have spent decades discovering that it probably wasn't, because despite their terrifying reputation, sharks almost never attack scuba divers. The question isn't why they sometimes do. The real mystery is why they usually don't. Long before humans built ships or learned to fish, sharks already ruled the oceans. They have survived mass extinctions, dramatic climate shifts, and millions of years of evolution. While countless species disappeared, sharks remained. Not because they are the strongest, because they are incredibly efficient. A great white shark is built for one purpose: finding food while wasting as little energy as possible. Its body slices through the water with almost no resistance. Rows of sensitive pores along its snout can detect tiny electrical signals produced by living animals. A powerful sense of smell helps it detect traces carried by ocean currents, while its hearing picks up low-frequency vibrations from surprising distances. Long before you ever see a shark, it already knows you're there. To us, that sounds terrifying, but it also reveals something important. A predator that gathers this much information doesn't need to attack everything it encounters. It makes decisions. Ask someone to imagine a shark, and chances are they'll picture the same scene. A dark fin cutting through the water, fast music, panic, someone trying desperately to escape. For decades, films, headlines, and dramatic news reports have painted sharks as relentless killers waiting for the next swimmer. Reality tells a quieter story. Every year, millions of people enter the ocean to swim, surf, dive, and fish. The overwhelming majority never encounter a shark. And among those who do, most sharks simply swim away. According to long-term records collected by shark researchers, unprovoked shark bites are remarkably uncommon when compared with the number of people entering the water each year. That doesn't mean sharks are harmless. They are powerful wild predators deserving of respect. But there is an important difference between being dangerous and constantly looking for humans to hunt. Those are not the same thing. Most people assume sharks avoid divers because they're afraid. The evidence suggests something far less emotional. To understand why, you have to imagine the ocean from a shark's perspective. Sharks don't identify prey the way humans recognize faces. Instead, they build a picture from several pieces of information: the shape of a body, the rhythm of movement, the sound of struggling, even the faint electrical activity produced by muscles. When all of those signals match something the shark has evolved to hunt, the decision becomes simple. But a scuba diver doesn't fit that pattern. Divers move slowly and awkwardly. Air bubbles rise toward the surface. Tanks, fins, wetsuits, and bright equipment create shapes unlike anything found naturally in the ocean. To a shark, a diver is not a seal, not a sea lion, not a fish, just something unfamiliar. And in nature, unfamiliar things are often treated with caution, especially by predators that survive by making good decisions. Because every attack comes with a cost: a broken tooth, an injured jaw, an injured eye. Even the ocean's greatest hunters cannot afford unnecessary risks. Sometimes the smartest hunt is the one that never begins. If sharks rarely see humans as prey, why do attacks happen at all? For years, people believed sharks simply mistook surfers for seals. From beneath the surface, a surfboard and paddling arms can resemble the outline of a sea lion resting at the surface. That explanation is partly true, but it isn't the whole story. Researchers studying shark behavior noticed something unusual. Many attacks end almost as soon as they begin. The shark bites once and leaves. If a human were actually its intended prey, the attack would likely continue. Instead, the shark often disappears after a single bite. Scientists believe this is because large sharks investigate unfamiliar objects in one of the few ways available to them, with their mouths. Unlike humans, they cannot pick something up with hands or closely inspect it from every angle. A bite can be an act of investigation, rather than a determined attempt to feed. Unfortunately, for an animal with rows of razor-sharp teeth, even curiosity can have devastating consequences. To us, one bite is a tragedy. To the shark, it may be simply the moment it realizes, this isn't what I was looking for. Nature is often described as brutal. In reality, it is remarkably economical. Every hunt demands energy. Every injury reduces the chances of surviving the next hunt. A shark that loses teeth or damages its jaw cannot simply visit a hospital. It must continue living in an unforgiving ocean where weakness is quickly punished. That is why successful predators don't attack everything they encounter. They calculate. A seal is predictable. A tuna follows familiar escape patterns. A wounded fish is an easy opportunity. A diver is something entirely different. Metal tanks, strange noises, streams of bubbles, bright lights, unusual movements. To a shark, none of these resemble the prey it has spent millions of years evolving to hunt. The safest decision is often the simplest one. Keep swimming. This isn't fear, it is efficiency, and efficiency has always been evolution's greatest advantage. Professional divers spend thousands of hours in waters inhabited by sharks. Many have encountered great whites, tiger sharks, bull sharks, and oceanic whitetips at surprisingly close distances. Again and again, they report the same pattern. The shark approaches, observes, circles, then leaves. Experienced divers know that remaining calm, maintaining awareness, and respecting the animal's space can reduce unnecessary risk. Sudden splashing or frantic movements can create signals that resemble distressed prey, while calm behavior presents a very different picture. None of this guarantees safety. Wild animals are never predictable. Every shark is an individual, and conditions in the ocean constantly change. But these encounters reveal something remarkable. Most sharks are not searching for people, they are searching for food. Those are very different things. There is one mistake humans continue to make. We judge nature through human intentions. We ask whether a shark is aggressive, whether it is evil, whether it wants to hurt us. The ocean does not operate on those ideas. A shark does not hate. It does not seek revenge. It does not hunt for sport. It responds to instinct, experience, and opportunity. Sometimes those decisions lead to tragedy. Most of the time, they do not. Perhaps that is why millions of divers safely enter shark habitats every year and return with stories not of violence, but of quiet moments spent face to face with one of evolution's oldest survivors. Moments that challenge everything they thought they knew. The next time you see a shark in a documentary, notice how it moves. There is no wasted motion, no anger, no urgency, only patience. For more than 400 million years, sharks have survived not by attacking everything around them, but by knowing when not to attack. That may be the greatest misunderstanding we've ever had about them. We imagined a monster. Nature created something far more interesting. A predator that doesn't rule the ocean through endless violence, but with restraint. And perhaps that's the lesson the sea has been trying to teach us all along. The deadliest creatures are not the ones that strike at every opportunity. They're the ones that understand that every choice has a cost.